You're listening to the Warlord Radio Podcast.
Well, welcome to Warlord Radio, everybody. Thank you for coming back to our little podcast in heaven here.
Greetings.
It's hot as fuck here in Texas right now.
Shocker.
Everybody's sweating their asses off, and our three lovely guests tonight showed up in jeans.
Right.
Power to them.
Two coats.
Two coats, yeah. We are actually, we are blessed to have Sonar Lights with us today, which is a band that we played our first Diesel D shows with you guys.
Hell yeah.
I've known George for
a century.
Yeah, man, it's been forever, and I've known Darren even longer. So go around the table, introduce yourselves, and tell everybody what you do.
Hi, I'm George. I play guitar and I sing.
Ian, aka the Ian Annihilator on drums.
The E Annihilator, I fucking love that. Own that shit, dude. You should get that tattooed on your chest.
Well,
Probably will. He's got to shave it first.
There you go. I feel that pain,
We the hairy man.
dude. Exactly.
I'm D-Wise, I do bass and backup vocals.
Right on.
Right on. And thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks so much. And are you guys, you're a trio? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Yeah.
Killer.
Thanks for having us.
Nah, man, we're excited to have you out. You know, it's like, I know Carrot knows you all, but I'm new to you guys. I've only had the chance to check out the stuff that I've seen on your social media.
Oh, okay.
So I've seen some of the live clips.
These dudes put on a killer live show.
Some of the recordings and things like that.
All right.
But I have yet to see you guys live, which is I'm very excited to do.
That's the impression that makes you judge.
Yeah. Well, that's where it's at. You know what I mean?
Or not good.
Yeah, because you can hear a band on, their recording can sound phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see them live and they're absolute fucking garbage. But the flip can happen every now and then where you hear a shitty demo of a band and then you go see them and you're like, oh, they're actually pretty fucking good. That was just a bad recording.
Yeah, that happened with us. We played with what's this band from Omaha? Gallivant,
yeah.
Dude,
We played
these
with them.
guys.
They were sick.
Live are amazing.
Did they do
their
the
CD and I was like, they're poppy. They sound very poppy. And when we heard them, I was shocked.
Did they do the drum circle? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was sick. We played with them in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So at Blue Note.
Yep. Yeah. It was right after us, I think.
And
No. First they went to Austin and then back to Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I think we got them when they came back.
No.
They talked about playing Austin.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys are killer. Super nice trio.
Amazing.
Gallivant out of Omaha. Those guys were badass hard rock / heavy metal.
Yeah.
But very creative. At one point, they all got on the drummer's drums and they all had sticks, and you could tell that they probably used to be in corps together.
They went together.
Yeah. Because they had their timing down,
Oh.
and they went on an extended drum.
And the technique, it was
Yeah.
With their vocal harmonies.
Oh yeah, and then they're hitting three-part harmonies,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah,
Anytime
difficult,
someone pulls that
let me
out.
tell you.
But that's cool. You guys played with them as well.
Yeah.
So
Where
how
you
long?
guys- yeah.
How long have you all been around? What's the backstory?
Sunrise has been around since 2012, I think. Since the end of the world.
Yeah. So the world died, and then.
Yeah, we resurrected again.
Yes.
And
I believe that.
Yeah, it was a different lineup back then. We started as a quartet actually.
Mm-hmm.
Then our guitar player had some personal stuff, and he wanted some time out, and it was all understood. And then he left, and I had to learn all the solos and shit. I was the rhythm guy. I'm
Like fuck, I gotta do this.
Yeah,
So-
it was hard, man. It was like six months that I was really trying to figure it out, how I can sing and do solos and do all that shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Took a while, and then we finished the first album, and then we went touring. Did a lot of touring.
You guys were on tour forever too, man. How long were you gone on that first album? Because it seems to me like you went everywhere.
We went West Coast, East Coast. We went to China twice.
Damn. To China twice. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
What was that like, man? Because I haven't played I've played in this band out of the country, and the only time I've ever played out of the country was in fucking London, and it was just more white people.
Yeah.
Whiter, yeah, actually, yeah, a little was like what's a Chinese audience like?
Dude, I'll tell you what. Over there, they just opened like towards Western kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
It's fresh. It's about 10 years now. They opened their.
So it's all new to them, like decades worth of influence.
It was just
brand
like
new.
the '60s over here, you know, like Woodstock and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like thousands of people like staying. It was pouring rain when we're playing, and they were not leaving.
Just standing in the rain.
Yeah, and I'm like, now they're gonna shut it down. You know, usually here it's like
Right.
cautious and you know.
They're like, fuck it, if you die, you die.
Yeah.
These guys were like, oh no, keep on going. I'm like, all right. Yeah, that was in Shanghai and Beijing. We had a fucking sandstorm.
No shit.
Yeah, and
I've been in a
You
sandstorm.
were-
They're unpleasant.
shit was falling. I mean, we had a double stack fucking Marshalls behind me, and all of a sudden I hear kaboom. You know,
Oh.
I'm like, okay, that's it. The fucking stage was going like that.
Played those.
These motherfuckers were in front of us, like they just put their shirts in front of their faces to
Yeah.
protect themselves, and kept
They're like,
walking.
man up, pussy.
Right?
we brought a lot of sand back here. My jacket and the
pouring
drums.
shit
Yeah.
out.
Holy shit.
You have anything to declare? Well, I got all this Chinese sand. So where all did you play in China? Like how many days did you
It was Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Guangzhou. I can't fucking pronounce this fucking
Yeah, fair enough. That's,
So,
yeah.
how did you score like dates in China? Because you know what I mean. It's
Okay,
like
that was like we were. I was reading. Me and the bass player at that time, Artel. We were reading a thesis from Austin University about festivals abroad, and that guy was like putting a lot of stress about China. I'm like, let's fucking try, man. I mean, so we threw a lot of stuff towards some agencies over there.
yeah.
And I mean, most of them said, fuck you. Who the
Right.
fuck you think you are?
Yeah. If they respond, then they're
And
like,
and we got 2 that said, yeah, we would love to have you. We can't pay everything, but we will pay you for a performance. You have to pay yourself, get yourself
get there,
here.
get home.
Yeah, but all the rest.
So you were responsible for room and board, but then the travel and
travel and hotels were covered.
Oh,
over there.
hotels were covered.
Yes.
Nice, that's badass.
And hotels over there, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess like 5 stars over there are cheap. Everything was marble and fucking bronze and gold.
Right.
Seems amazing.
And yeah, I'm like, holy shit. And we met an American there, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm staying here. I'm like, how long are you staying? I'm like, I'm gonna stay about a year. I'm like, here in the hotel? He's like, yeah, dude, it's cheaper than rent. I'm like, damn.
That makes me sad.
Right.
Crazy.
Go to China, live like a king.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. They got some weird shit going on over there right now.
Yeah. We were talking to these. There were students.
Yeah.
And college kids and. First thing when we arrived, we get into the hotel room. They're like, "You want to smoke?" I'm like, "What?
What?
What's smoking?" I'm like, "I don't know. How do they punish you here? Cut your head or your hands or your dick or
It's
something?"
like I don't know if I want to get that high.
Yeah. And they were always like, "Yeah, man."
So how did that work? Like, could you do that, or that was like, nope?
We did it.
Yeah.
In the hotel room only. I was like, okay.
Did it make
Around,
you? Did it make you
shit.
extra paranoid?
No, it was pretty smooth actually.
Yeah.
I slept like a baby.
I don't know if
it was the trip too.
I think I would have freaked out if I was gonna kick in my door any fucking second and chop my fucking cock off.
Well, I found out about that afterwards. that it's really punishable.
Oh, yeah.
They I don't know. They send you to fucking Siberia or something.
Yeah. So I know that like drug dealers get like executed. Like if you sell them, you die.
Yeah.
That's
It's crazy
different level.
shit, man.
Yeah, it is totally different level. Like, see, you get away with that shit in America.
Right.
They can't even get the dude at the end of my street. So you can, because I remember I met you right around that time, like right before you guys went out to China.
Yeah,
is when I met you.
About a year before.
And then when you came back, Ghost and I had started Diesel Beast.
Yep.
And we played with you. Fuck, man, I bet our first 4 shows were with you guys.
Yeah.
It was a blast, man. They put on a fucking great live show. It was just, it was always fun. It was always a pretty good crowd. Like it was
It was a good
blast.
time, man. It was a good time.
So like, but you've had some like lineup changes like a few times at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, first drummer, he got married, he got busy.
That shit happens.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah, and at that point we were like working with Tim Kimsey, the producer, and he was like, you know, it's all in or all out, you know, I can't fucking, you know, work my schedule around his schedule.
Right.
And I talked to him, you know, at first he was pissed. He's like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying.
It's a job and you
move
can't
on,
do the job,
you know?
like, yeah.
You know, I didn't tell you to quit your morning job, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Please understand. And he was pissed for a while, then he realized that, you know, shit is what it is, you know. And
that's the roughest thing, man. Changing band members is terrible, always.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's pretty much like the last thing you ever want to do. You know what I mean? Just because it's such a huge pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
But
Definitely.
a lot of times, most times, the alternative is for the band to stop.
Yeah.
And you can't really, like, if you're putting yourself into it, you can't allow that to happen.
True.
You know, so it's like,
Actually, I thought of that.
because we've had,
Darren kept me from not doing it. I said,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm done. Sonar Lights is done. Let's do something else.
right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, dude.
It's like you got all this fucking, I mean, because you had a ton of music out, and I mean, you were already established.
Yes.
People already knew who you were, and then, because I guess when did you join, Darren? You joined...
The end of 2013.
Actually, that's he came at this show that we were playing.
Yeah, he came with me, and I was like, come check out this band. I think they're looking for a bass player.
Over at
There you go.
Abbey Underground.
It's all about who you know.
I've known Darren since high school. He was the bass player of the first band I was ever in.
I wouldn't call it clean bass.
You weren't
Yeah.
the bass player in the first.
I was a shitty,
drummer.
terrible fucking drummer. I was
Okay.
a garbage drummer on electronic shitty
Trying to
drums.
figure out what they were doing.
Right.
It's fucking terrible.
No
Should I be a drummer or a bass player?
I was like, you were like 18, I was like 15. Yeah, dude, and we were garbage. We played like 1 or 2 shows. It was not fucking great. I don't even, what was the band called? Is that a horrible
6
band?
of 9.
6 of 9? That's such a 15-year-old fucking stupid ass name for me. I remember that now, because the logo was like a shitty yin-yang with a 6 and a 9 in it. We were so fucking lame. But we had a good time. We got
Everybody got to
super
start
wasted.
somewhere.
But you loved it.
I did. Oh yeah. No, it was the first time we ever played. We played like a barn.
Yeah, where your dad's band Flip Takes a Trip.
Yeah,
right?
he let us open for him.
Yeah.
What was my first band?
Yeah.
Can't remember. First one it was Cerebral Misguidance.
Yeah. It's just like there's something like your first band always has to have like the shittiest
Come on,
possible name.
you got one, don't you? What's your
What
first
was your
band?
What was your first band?
71.
11
That's
you are.
almost as bad as 6 of 9.
We got it from The Hobbit when he's like, it's my 11st birthday.
Wow.
Oh man, I bet you guys were just swimming in cooch. What was
How
your,
about you?
I've only been in 2 bands.
no shit.
Yeah. So
But you've been in Silver Tongue Devil since what, 2008?
5
2005, fuck. That is such a long damn time. What was the name of the other band?
is my band in Oklahoma, and they were called Cypher.
Cypher. See, you're the only one without a shitty band. That's alright. It sounds very new metalish though, I'll give you that.
It wasn't, and that was a big reason of why we went absolutely nowhere. Is because we were playing like underground speed punk at a time when that was not the cool thing to do. Not that it ever is fashionable, but it was like people were like,
What?
"No, where's your DJ?" And it's like, "No, we
Sorry, man.
don't have any of that."
There's no kick wares in this band.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Man, but yeah, I was trying to think, because that band that we were in, Darren, was 2000, and I remember that because the whole Y2K thing, we got hammered in a tent, like out behind your parents' place or some shit.
Back before they built all the houses.
Yeah, that's right. But I distinctly remember like being afraid. I was like 15. I was like, the world might end. I don't know enough about this shit. Like, the internet was barely a fucking thing. It was the cause of all of this.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Yeah, I got super fucking wasted. And then woke up the next day and everything was fine. I was like, well, that was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe in anything anymore.
How did you hook up with these guys?
Well, actually, I've got another band, Batholite.
Baffle.
Oh, okay. I've seen you guys play several times.
So-
Very good.
And I joined them 5-6 years ago.
Okay. Right on.
We were played a few shows, a handful. Like we would open up for Sonar Lights when they had Doug, and I was like, man, these guys are going. I was like, they're going somewhere, man.
Right.
They were tight, had it, and then they were
He's a fan.
going, like going through
A lot of shit.
That's how we got our new
Drummers,
singer.
so-
He was a fan of the band. And when Ghost left the band, we're like, dude, we're looking for singers. And he was just like, can I try? And fucking did a great job. Because he already knew the fucking songs.
Exactly.
Sometimes that makes for the better chemistry too. When
It
they're
does.
a fan, they already know your music. They can hop right in and do better than somebody who doesn't know what the hell's going on.
For sure, he was the one who had clearly done the most like background work out of anybody that we auditioned.
Yeah.
And I mean, he came in, killed his audition, and now we have to dodge fucking dreadlocks.
Good looks, man. I fucking love it.
It does look good on stage, but those fuckers hurt.
Right.
You're actually wearing a superhero supervillain
Yeah.
shirt. Yeah. Their guitar player Ziggy sings for us. And yeah, man, he's got these like those thick as rope, and they're like 4 feet long, dude. And when he starts swinging his head around, like he caught Wyatt in the eye one night to the point where like Wyatt fucked up the song. Swung around, just whap! I was like,
Fucking Medusa, man.
yeah, man, for sure.
I'll start wearing face shields.
Have you guys ever like injured yourselves on stage, or like just like wiped off or stepped off stage or anything like that?
You got a story, buddy?
What do you got?
He stepped on his fucking cable.
Oh, I do
Right.
that shit all the time. I've pulled a date girl and fell off the stage.
Fell off the stage.
Yeah.
Didn't break anything because I was young.
Nice.
But yeah.
Did you keep playing?
No.
Nah.
The first time I broke the headstock on my bass, so I couldn't keep.
Oh
playing.
wow.
Oh,
So,
that
was,
would fucking pissed me off, man.
was it a case of like it was just dark and you didn't quite see where the front of the stage was, and
Yeah.
just boom,
And I have really shitty vision, and I decided to take my
take your
glasses
glasses
off.
off? Yeah.
And that's
So
when
you
I
just
turned the
blind.
lights off. And this is why I tell him I insist. I know it looks stupid having glasses, but I will not fucking play with it.
Right.
I
Because
refuse.
when you do, you take a fucking header
That's
into
it.
the audience.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's a fair reason. I
Dude,
suppose.
if we start taking off, you know, I'm gonna start buying you fucking glasses like Elton John and shit, you know, like.
And if we start making money,
glasses
we'll
every
talk,
day.
you know. I can't wear contacts, otherwise I wear contacts.
What happened with the second time?
Not a whole lot. I mean, just
It's the same thing, kind of just like.
That was it.
You just ate shit off
I
the
just ate
stage.
shit, and that was it.
Craig busted himself open so bad one night that it like made the audience sick.
I mean, I've had like a bunch of spills.
Yeah, we have taken a few dips.
What about you, man? Any on-stage injuries or drunk kid
He gets to
spontaneously
sit down the whole
convulsed?
fucking time,
Yeah,
man.
man, you should see his cymbals though right now.
Yeah, that's
if he's
true.
not careful,
Yeah,
he's gonna
because
fucking
of- man.
chop his arm off.
I've cut myself on the cymbals and just splattered blood all over the kid.
Yeah.
So they gnarled, man. Like,
I mean, you gotta keep playing. But
well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay.
I was playing a show with Bone Doggy one night, and I worked in a restaurant. And earlier that day, I cut off the tip of my fucking middle finger on my fret hand, with a meat slicer. So it was like a real clean ass cut. And I had to play a show that night, and I'll never forget. I had a white bass. And by the end of that shit, I had like the fucking finger all taped up and shit.
Oh, just ripped
And, like,
to shreds.
dude, it just ripped to shreds. And there was just blood all over this white bass for like my dad's blues band.
Wow.
You can't
Yeah,
get
very
no
metal.
better than that.
it was.
That was the day you knew it, didn't it?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I was like, I pledge my lord, or my I am a rainbow in the dark from this day forward.
What about you, George? Anything notable? Any spills or anything?
drunk guy just passing and hitting the stand, the microphone stand.
Oh fuck!
Got on
Like
my
right
lip
below.
and busted my lip.
Ah,
Yeah.
that fucking blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Have you ever hit yourself in the tooth with
Yeah.
a mic?
Yep.
God damn, bro.
Hurts, man.
It
Yeah.
sends a ring through your
Yeah.
entire brain.
Yeah, those things are solid.
It's always like at the right moment when you started doing something like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, you're like, I'm crushing this.
Yeah.
Fuck. So you have I saw you have some new singles out and stuff. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
Or can we just skim over that shit and
Yeah.
keep
We-
talking about
we-
how fucking we messed ourselves up?
Well, we'll get there again. It's a cycle. We're gonna get serious for like 5 seconds, then
Right.
go back to
Right.
So singles, we decided to go the single route.
Yeah.
This
Well,
time.
you guys have always you didn't necessarily. You always released full albums and shit, but on that album there were always like definite singles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true
Which
that.
I like. It wasn't like because you see a lot of bands they'll try and do like a concept thing and like I don't know, everything just kind of melds together. It all sounds the same or everything like that. And you guys, you always like even from the beginning had such like a vast assortment of different styles throughout everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So what made you go with a single this time?
Well, we tried 2 albums,
Yeah.
and the basic idea behind all this is like when you make an album, you create a momentum,
Yes.
okay, and people are going to be interested for a month or 2, and some stations are going to spin for a while, and then silence.
Yep.
Right.
2 months max.
Right.
And I said, fuck that.
Yeah.
Let's do singles and have that for like
10 months.
10 months or a
The
year.
same amount of work, yeah.
Every 2 months.
Yeah.
It's a
Create more
singles
momentum.
market now. Even like unless I've already heard the album and I like the entire album, I'll usually buy a couple of singles first
Exactly.
before I buy the entire album or something like that. And
Exactly.
it's weird how it's like shifted back to that.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know what I mean? 'Cause, like
It's back to the freaking 30s, man.
straight up, dude. It's like
Yeah.
here, go sing your stupid song into a can, boy, and I'll give you a nickel.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's kind of how it goes, though.
Yeah.
Because we're doing the same
Well, we
thing.
get paid like 3 cents
Yeah.
now.
I was gonna say I'd kill for that.
Right?
3 cents.
Kill for that.
Are you
music.
crazy? Oh, it's only 2 now. 1?
Yeah.
0.00003 cents.
Well, I meant per year. We get
If
like
you-
34 cents a year.
Yeah, no, that's if you don't lose like a cable or a strap, and then you're down 10
Yeah.
bucks.
After 10 billion spins, you get like 3 pennies.
Yeah, no, because I got a royalty check for the Diesel Beast. Or no, it wasn't for Diesel Beast, it was for Bone Doggy. So this was like built up over like 6 or 7 years, and I got a royalty check for like $7.42.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Oh, dude.
That's a beer.
Bring the
Yeah.
cocaine, man!
I would like $7.42 worth of cocaine, please.
Yes. No, save some for the girls, man.
But shit. So, right now, like, so you did a single, you did a cover of an Aphrodite's Child song, the song Four Horsemen. I have never tried to, of course I've played covers in bands and things like that, but I've never actually tried to release a single of a cover. I'm kind of curious, like, what goes
Story
into
behind
that.
it.
Yeah, like,
All right.
what
Before
is
you
about
start,
that?
I'm going to tell you, he did not tell me or the drummer that it was a cover.
You never heard that song?
Never heard the song.
No shit.
In my life.
Oh, that was one of my mom's favorites. I was telling him
You're
earlier,
like,
I was like, that
dude,
song
check
came
out my
on.
sick riff.
Yeah.
I totally
Pretty
thought
much.
he wrote it.
That's a
So-
rare.
Yeah.
It's really rare for people here in the States to know this song.
Okay.
And I was counting on that. I'm like, I played the idea. I saw him that he's not like, oh, I know this song,
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, just.
I would have done the same
I
fucking
left
thing.
him in the dark
That's genius.
until we recorded,
Yeah.
and it was pretty much done because I just wanted him to do his own thing,
Right.
you know.
You didn't want
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good fucking idea. That's a really
Not
good
being
idea.
influenced by the original, you know.
Yeah. Just follow the riff and see what
yeah.
comes to you. I like that. That's a really interesting way. Because, there's a lot of pressure, I feel, if you're going to do a cover. Like, you always want to throw your own flavor on it, but there's a
Absolutely.
fine line, like, between, like, you can throw your own flavor on it, make it yours, make it original, or you can play it, like, note for note the way it's fucking played. And when you try to, like, do both, it doesn't really work. It sounds fucking
He's
forced
always
and
got a
weird.
knack for that. If you listen
Yeah.
to Eleanor Rigby off the first album,
I actually was telling him
one of
earlier.
everybody's favorite songs is a fucking cover.
Yeah.
But the way he structured that song, it's close to the original, but it's not.
Yeah, it's recognizable as the original, but it's got a totally different sound. I actually, and I don't give a fuck what the internet thinks about this, I actually like your cover of Eleanor Rigby better than the Beatles' version of Eleanor Rigby, and I like your version of Four Horsemen better than Aphrodite's Child.
Oh shit, man.
There you go.
So like you're 2 for 2 on this one.
Carrot's hot take on covers.
But like, what goes in? Because I mean, you got to pay licensing fees and shit like that on the covers and things like that.
We paid $150, I think.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And you got to give them like a certain number of copies or hard copies and streaming and all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and once this number is over, you got to pay them again. And
So it's kind of so as long as the single has legs, then
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
you're in a relationship with these guys. That's interesting.
Well, so the story behind all that is that when I was in Europe, in Belgium, and I was a student, I got a gig to go to Holland and be the band, the background band for the backing band for Demis Roussos.
Oh no shit.
The singer of
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Okay.
And I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I get to meet him, you know. And I mean, by then he had his own career, and he was doing some cheesy European, I don't know, man, very cheesy stuff.
Was it like Europop or?
Kinda.
Yeah. There's some Europop that I like, and there's
Yeah.
some where I'm like, this is not
And
fucking
he
hitting
would
me at all.
throw some Greek like touristic fucking attractions in there, and
No shit.
and you were like, oh wow. You know? But anyways, my first thing when I met him, I said, dude, thank you for what you did with Aphrodite's Child.
Yeah.
And he was like, holy shit, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 18, but you know, I've been listening to that stuff. And he was really, really, you know, surprised. And he started talking to me, and you know, very cool guy, very down to earth. And
I like that era of rock and roll, specifically European rock and roll, because it was like this weird, it was almost like proto-metal in the way that the songs were structured.
pretty much.
And then, but at the same time, it also had like the psychedelic 60s influence, and then almost all European rock and roll has always had more of a folk influence than a blues influence.
Yeah.
You know, even Led Zeppelin, who was, you know, arguably just a heavy-ass blues band, there was so much folk influence in there, like traditional European influence in there, and Aphrodite's Child kind of rapped, they were one of those bands, a lot like Iron Butterfly or something like that, where it was like proto-metal, dark, psychedelic, like wild shit, man. It was real wild.
Oh, yeah.
And you picked the perfect fucking song. I mean, that's a great song, and you can make it as
the
heavy
whole
as you
album,
want.
666, is like amazing, and you know,
So
also Vangelis is the
Oh,
main
jealous. Yeah,
the main
nice.
composer. I mean, he was playing the keyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You said so. Vangelis was part of that project.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He was playing.
Because I'm a huge Vangelis
main
fan. So.
composer. I'm a big Vangelis
Yeah.
fan. Yeah. I love his work. I mean,
There's
Blade Runner.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
much. Like
he was so
it's
good at
ridiculous.
creating just like really sparse, bleak atmosphere.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, it was a score, but at the same time, like I'll listen to the Blade Runner soundtrack, and I mean, there's songs on it, but mostly it's tonal.
Yeah.
And it's really like the compositions are very subtle and very like, you know, sporadic. I really like that style.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way to tackle a movie score, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. So when I found out about his Demis Roussos' death a couple of years ago, I said, you know, I need to do something about it. You know, like a tribute for him. And you know, first chance I had, I said, let's do that. And
It's awesome. I mean, I fucking love it. I like Aphrodite's Child quite a bit. It's
That's
just
cool.
yours is a little bit heavier, which
Yeah,
kind
a little
of
bit.
it strokes me a little bit because I like heavier shit.
yeah.
So how's it been doing for you?
It's been doing good, man. I mean, we got a lot of momentum build up. People from Europe are fucking going crazy about it.
On the UK
Killer,
charts,
man.
right?
Yeah, UK, Australia,
Our album actually.
Germany,
Well,
Holland.
Australia apparently just takes like all rock and roll and heavy metal and everything from everywhere. Because we hit the charts in Australia. I mean, I might get a nickel for that. That'd be sweet.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, fuck.
It's good stuff, man.
How do you promote? Because you have always had a knack for reaching out real fucking far. Like, because I try and reach out as far as I can when I do my own promotions, and I get to like certain points, and then I stay there for a while, and then I kind of have to climb up to the next tier or whatever.
Yeah.
But you've like always just had this knack for just getting motherfuckers to look at your band, and I'm curious how you do that, other than just being good.
Well, right now, I mean, the last couple of years we got Beth Ann. She's a secretary / manager / organizer. I mean, she's doing most like promotional and contacting all these people. And,
Nice.
And because I mean, I tried that.
Musicians, I don't think are very good at it.
They don't take you seriously.
No, they don't. When you promote yourself, like, because we've done that a couple of times where, like, I've pretended to be other people before and shit like that to get gigs. That's how we got on in the Dallas Metal Fest the first year. Is I was like, hey, this is so and so from whatever bullshit company I made up.
That's the only way. Because if they hear I'm the guitar player for
hey, my band would love to play your
Exactly. So is that what she does, or she just does that for you guys?
That's a side thing she does. I mean, she has her job, but she's a big fan.
Yeah.
And that started it. I mean, she offered to help, and that was actually when we separated paths with Artel.
Yeah.
Up to that point, Artel was the main guy who was doing most of it.
Right.
And
he was the one that like pushed you guys to go to China and stuff like that.
Yeah. And he was great at what he was doing, but other things came up, and you probably know about that shit.
I know about that shit. You gotta
put it out in the light.
You had a couple of beers one night and hit Facebook with that shit, I think. I don't know. That was a long time ago, but I remember like I saw something or I talked to you or something, and you didn't just outright say it, but I was like, well, I think Artel's out of the fucking band.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But anyway, I'm happy that you guys are doing so well. Like, what do you think your next step is? Are you gonna keep releasing singles? You gonna
keep releasing singles? And by the way, on this single, the drummer is Roy, the first drummer.
No shit.
Yeah,
okay.
we just got together, and I was like, you know what? Fuck all the differences and all the fucking conflicts and shit, and let's do music. And I reached out to Roy, I reached out to Doug, the second drummer, and of course him. And let's make a multi-drummer album at the end. Why the fuck not?
Cool. Yeah, man. It would throw even more flavor on every different song.
Exactly. That was my thought behind it. I say, when I write a riff or when I think about a song, I'm always thinking about the drummer.
Yeah.
So every song is going to be written on Roy or Doug or.
So you're specifically writing it for whichever drummer you're going to work. That's really interesting.
So it's going to be.
That's ambitious as fuck, George.
I don't know, man. If it's ambitious, it's just like.
Makes my life a nightmare.
Yeah, I bet. There's a bass player who has to follow fucking everybody. It's like, who am I playing with this week, man? I brought some new.
So where do y'all record at? Because if you're recording, like, how often do you think you record and release a single? Like once every 6 months? Like try to do 2 a year or something?
No, actually it's gonna be like once, like every 2 months or something.
Well, that's a steady schedule. So you guys have a regular studio that you play and record at?
Well, this is our practice.
So you have it at your home
studio,
or whatever?
Yeah, project studio.
Kill it.
It's a garage.
It sounds fucking great. So whatever you're doing,
and do you personally do all the recording and mixing and
I
stuff?
did the whole thing, mixing, producing, mastering, and
that shit
that's great,
is
man.
so hard. We did that Diesel Beast album completely independent. And fuck, dude,
it's a pain in the ass, man.
You're sitting in the editing booth for hours.
Oh, yeah.
You're sitting there going over this shit for hours, and you start to go fucking video blind from just staring at sound waves and shit.
Hearing 30 different takes of the same part. And It's just like, oh my god.
And you hate the song at the end.
Yeah.
You do
I
sometimes.
don't want to listen to that shit.
I truly do. No, there's a couple like after the album was done, we just cut them out of the set. And I was like, fuck, I'm writing 2 new songs. I don't ever want to play that shit again.
How did you learn how to do all that?
Well, that was the reason I came here, actually. I went to school, the Media Tech Institute,
Okay.
and it's like sound production, music production, and sound engineering. We did film,
Mhm.
you know, the what you call it, putting the sound effects in a film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like the sound design and Foley. and
Yeah,
shit
dude,
like that.
that was the greatest
Yeah.
time. Yeah, because we had to do all the explosions and shit. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, doing Foley. In fact, almost every sound guy I know, including Jason, our usual sound guy, the whole reason he got into sound design was to do Foley. And it's like they just wanted to do weird shit,
Yeah.
like mad scientists.
I mean, yeah, a punch. It's not a punch.
Right.
It's a sandwich of sounds, like 16 tracks.
Yeah.
A door, a fucking leather jacket doing this.
Even
and-
footsteps, anything like that, man, it's crazy.
And it goes, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
So,
Nice
you
shit.
did that at UNT, or where? did you
No,
do
that was it's a technical school. It was a technical school. Now it's a college.
Okay.
That's where you met Tim, right?
Yeah. Tim was Tim Kimsey was
No shit.
teaching there,
Okay.
and he became my mentor, and I followed him. He's like, yeah, you want a gig? I'm like, yes. I was his assistant and all that stuff. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
it's very
man.
cool.
No, it's just.
I found that anytime you bring in somebody new, like they're gonna play the older material a little bit different than the guy before, right? So what is Ian? How's he play different than the other drummers that you guys have had?
He actually he put a lot of flavor, more of a freestyle flavor than the other guys.
Well, like, who would you say some of your influences are?
Oh man.
Definitely Neil Peart, man.
Yeah, fuck
I've
yeah.
seen Rush like 7
We
times.
have to talk
Yeah.
about that a lot.
I fucking love Rush, dude.
Not so
Scaring
much.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Go
you
back a little bit.
used to have the roto toms, bongos. I just needed a gong and I would have been set.
Right.
Did you just have a monster ass kit, dude?
Yeah, not even. I downsized.
It gets old really fast though.
Oh, yeah.
So,
What is your
like
kit?
gig around and shit.
I've got a PDP Maple. It's pretty much a Mexican DW
Mhm.
kit. See, I've got Crash, China.
Like how many pieces do you have to your setup?
4. Well, downsized 3 toms now. Snare, kick, it's 5 pieces.
So it's pretty standard setup at this point.
Yeah, definitely now, man.
Because you had to scale it back.
I mean, it helped. I have roadies, but
At full strength.
Not every-
Yeah,
not
at
every-
full strength, what's your kit like? Like, if they were just like, go fucking nuts, bro, like, what would you set up in that, that
shit,
booth?
man. I probably have to call Neil up. You're not gonna use this anymore.
I need
right?
you to set me up with one of those spinning platforms so I can just play all around the fucking room the whole time. That's interesting as hell.
House kits and the touring kits totally different. So.
Because I haven't seen you yet with them. I've seen you with Bathlight, obviously, but I think the last time I saw you guys live, Sammy was drumming for you guys,
Yeah.
and so that was probably about a year ago, maybe. I don't know, maybe longer,
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah,
Was that Lola's?
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I saw you guys play.
Yeah, we didn't play a lot of local shows with Sammy. We actually
Played one
toured.
local show with Sammy. That was it.
That was it.
the
Like
only
Lola's,
one.
right?
Yeah.
She went on the 2 tours with us that we had previously booked when Doug quit. And that was
Yeah, probably got. Pretty much gone for hire.
Yeah, I knew that. Like, where did you find her?
Yeah, she actually found us. She's like, "Are you still looking for a drummer?" I'm like, "Let me check her out."
Yeah.
Before I answer, you know, and I saw she was playing some pretty cool
She's a drummer, yeah.
I'm like, all right, you know, yeah, we're looking for a drummer, and you know, we just sat around, and she was serious about it. But she had a different mentality. She had that, you know,
The gun for hire mentality, yeah, it's a little bit different.
And you know, I mean, performing and playing shows, that was one thing with her, but you know, getting into creative
Songwriting and
status, it was not working.
Not happening. Yeah.
And
shit can happen. Yeah, that hired gun mentality, they're always kind of like, even if they don't mean to,
No,
they're always
she didn't
kind of
mean it.
no, they're
She
always
just-
just kind of looking
yeah,
around though.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't stay in
she
one
was playing
place.
3-4 bands, man.
Exactly.
You know, so.
But yeah, yes, that was the last time I saw you guys live, and then you played. Did you played a Metal Fest, or you're playing a Metal Fest?
Playing
soon?
at the Metal Fest in October.
Yeah.
One at Brandon, right? Yeah.
What the
Mash.
fuck?
Oh, Heavy Mash?
Yeah, Heavy
Right on.
Mash.
I'll be there for that.
I'll be there.
Right on.
Checking out the
We're
bands.
both gonna be there.
Cool.
I know quite a few of the bands that are playing there.
Yeah, there's a ton of bands on that bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think did they move the Fuzz Fest that you're on to
Fuck,
Division?
like 4 times, dude.
But is it at Division now?
It's either at Division or the Tin Panther. I can't remember.
If it's at
Division.
Division, you'll
Are you
like
guys
it.
playing the Fuzz Fest?
No.
You're not. Okay.
You'll like it if it's at
It was
Division.
supposed to be at the Haltom Theater.
It was supposed to be at Haltom Theater.
It was supposed
and
to
then
be
it was
at
supposed to be at
Reno's
Reno's
and
it was supposed to be at
Tomcats.
Tomcats.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What happened to Tomcats?
I have no fucking idea, dude. They were just like something went down with the promoter, and I don't know if it was anything shady. Just maybe the night was booked or something. I don't know. But like, luckily, what they did is get all of the bands signed on with like months in advance, so that if shit like this happens, like all we need is a heads up and where to play.
Division's cool. You haven't been there yet, right?
I haven't been to Division.
So
yet,
it's at a brewery, but the brewery's on one side, and you can get your beer and all that kind of stuff. And then there's an open courtyard where they can set up a stage and have outside bands play.
think they're working on that right now.
Right next to that, the building that kind of sandwiches the courtyard is a comic book shop.
What?
And that's where the inside bands play.
At a record store.
Is
What?
in a comic book / record store. It's cool as shit.
What the fuck? Nobody told me there was a comic book store venue in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
I wanna go there now.
So you can get hammered on their craft beers.
I'm going to.
and then you can check out comics and vinyls.
That sounds
Great
fucking
beers, by the
God.
way.
That's like
Strong.
if I got hit by a bus tomorrow and found out heaven was a real place,
Yeah.
right before they kicked me out, that's exactly what I'd see: is a brewery attached to a venue, attached to a comic book store, attached to a vine with vinyls
we
there.
played twice over there, and the feeling I get from this place is like, the old school scene.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen a scene
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
Like the old school scene, that the shit I read when I was in Europe about America. Like people getting together make shit happen.
Right.
I haven't seen that yet, up to that point, and a little bit here and then.
Yeah, Denton's a good hub for it. Also, it depends because like the metal scene is pretty like we group and do a lot of shit together and like throw all kinds of crazy fests and whatever.
And I think the metal scene is more open and more accepting than the other, genres.
Yeah, I mean, like, and we've all done it, but I mean, you play a hip hop show and you're even holding a guitar, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't care. Yeah, I've never had that happen where a hip hop crowd is just like, this rock band fucking rules.
Right.
Or we've played shows with country bands and bluegrass bands. Like we played Diesel Beast shows with bluegrass bands. And I mean, the bands are hot shit, but it's like, who fucking booked this?
Yeah. we had this in one of the shows in China. Whoever did the fucking lineup was a fucking idiot or was fucking high. He had
some very illegal
fucking
weed.
Korean death metal band.
Whoa.
Then it was a reggae band. And then it was a traditional Chinese shit band, which was like one guy playing like one string.
Like fucking ear, yeah. Dude, that's fucking
I
wild.
saw like 50,000 people fucking leaving. Like, no, who's next? Are we next? Oh shit! And then another heavy band comes in. They're moving back.
Yeah.
And then he brings an acoustic fucking band. I'm like, no, what the fuck?
It's like, this crowd wants heavy, man. You're killing me.
What are you doing? Put these guys in a different stage.
But you guys are kind of, what I like about you guys is you're not like a metal band, but you have enough like traditional metal influences to play any metal show. Like that's kind of what we do too, because Diesel Beast, we're not like your typical death metal or grind or anything like that. It's kind of interesting to watch dudes like us just float in and out of different fucking shows. Is very strange.
When people asking if they don't know you, the $1 million question, like, what do you sound like, or what's your style? Like, how do you guys describe Sonar Lights?
I always tell them we're like in between the Foo Fighters and Black Sabbath.
There you go.
That's actually really fucking dead on.
Right on.
I don't know, man. I mean, I have a background from Greece, you know, listening to even folk music over there, like
Greece or Greek folk music is fucking amazing, dude.
Local stuff, and then, you know, European rock and roll. That even, I mean, of course, you know Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween's badass.
Yeah, Creator.
Keeper of the Seven Keys, Creator. Fuck
Part
yeah.
2.
Yeah, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2.
Part 2.
That's good shit. Yeah, I mean, Europe. I was always that American kid that, like, as soon as the internet became a thing, I was like, I want to see every European metal band fucking ever, dude. I want all the Carcass. Give me fucking everything, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, I discovered some really crazy shit because I mean, like, I discovered King Diamond before he like blew up here, or not, maybe not blew up here, but like, I discovered King Diamond before he was just like a household name and you saw his T-shirts everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking nuts. But yeah, there's so many cool influences in Europe because there's so many different cultures just hitting the same fucking sound. It's very interesting.
And that makes I think that makes whatever we do makes it interesting.
Do you guys consider yourselves like hard rock? I mean, I know you said like Foo Fighters to Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourselves like hard rock or / heavy metal or just rock and roll or?
To me, everything is rock and roll. Like
Yeah.
from fucking, you know, pop metal to death metal and you know, punk. Everything is rock and roll. Just like
It's all
Austin was saying.
it's all blues based. Yeah, it is. It's all just blues based rock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was pissed. I saw an interview, like, it was like in the late 70s or something, and they were like, oh, well, so you guys are doom metal. He's like, we're not fucking doom metal, we're not heavy metal, we're rock and roll, come on, guys.
I love that Black Sabbath always swore that. They were like, we're a rock band, and the whole world was like, no, you're fucking not.
No, you're heavy metal.
You're definitely
fucking doom
you're
metal.
the first one.
Yeah. Well, they paved the way, absolutely.
I mean, I talk about this shit all the time on this show, but like those tritones on Black Sabbath, on the album Black Sabbath, that first track, you hear the rain coming in and all the thunder, and then that changed my fucking life, dude. Like,
exactly.
I listened to whatever the fuck my parents listened to, and then I heard that song, and then I was like, I'm gonna start listening to everything with skulls on it. Like, it just fucking changed my entire life, and look at me now, man. Still doing that.
I didn't recognize him when I come back.
Yeah, man, I
He
hadn't
hit me
seen
up
you.
on Facebook, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Because it wasn't Carrot Coleman, it was whatever you were, the moniker you were.
What was it? Bam Bamerson?
Yeah, there it
Some
is, something
shit.
like that. And
That's
here's this huge guy with beard, bald. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I come back and I met him for a show over down where the
Abbey or
arcade's at now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck, Haley's.
Haley's, that's
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking up, all he had to do was open his mouth. I'm like, holy shit, that's Carrot.
Right.
Yeah, you walked up to me, I didn't recognize you at first. I was just like, fuck, dude, I haven't seen this guy in forever. That was one of our
Brutal.
second or third shows, I think. That was crazy. Yeah, I remember, I think that was the, wasn't there like that was Oaktopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We played a song at that show that we never fucking played again because when we played it live, everybody in the band realized we fucking hated it. That was a true story. It was called Wildfire, and we worked it up in practice. For some reason, it didn't sound as shitty in practice. Then we played it live, and I was like, that sounds like some poppy fucking bullshit.
Nope.
It's like, it just sounded like fucking Sisters of Mercy being covered by Iron Maiden. It was not fucking cool.
So everybody was
I'm
like,
sure somewhere there's an audience for it, brother.
No, the audience loved it. It was the band. It was like four of us. We were just like, fuck this song, man.
Yeah.
This song is lame.
Do you guys have, I'm sure you've probably got a pretty long set list of songs that you can like mix in and out, right? Like you probably know quite a few songs, right?
It grows, yeah.
Are there any like staples, like ones that either you guys like a lot or the crowd likes a lot that you play most of the time?
Enemy Within and Eleanor. They always get
Well,
That you got to hear this cover of Eleanor Rigby though.
I
dude.
can't.
It's fucking badass.
I can't wait. I was just telling him because he was telling me about that before. and I said, one of my favorite bands, Coroner, does a great cover of She's So Heavy.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a fucking killer cover. The thing about, because you remember the ska band I was in right before you left, we did a cover of Hide Your Love Away that was like, it was pretty good, like it wasn't bad. But like I noticed, because like you hear Beatles covers all the fucking time in every fucking scene, and unless you like nail it, the crowd gets pissed. And I don't care if you're standing at death metal shows, you're like, what the fuck, man? That ain't Hey Jude, queer. Like, it's fucking nuts, dude.
Well, that's the thing is that, you know, if you're gonna do not just a well-known song, but like a classic song, right?
Yeah.
Is like you got to step up to the plate and deliver. You're either, like you said, you're either gonna nail it as they did it, in which case you get applause and everybody likes it, or you have to do just a spot on, like, your take of that song.
Yeah.
But either way, there's no middle ground. Like, if you try to play it note for note and you fuck up a note, you are fucked.
Yes.
And if you try to do it your way, but for some reason if it's not clicking or it's just like a little bit off, you're fucked that way too.
Yeah.
So it's very unforgiving.
It's just like this new original band that now it's a tribute band. What's the name of it?
Five Finger Death Punch.
I think so, right?
There's a Five Finger Death Punch
It's all
goddamn
fucking cover
tribute
songs
band.
now, like, but not like they're not covering the songs. Just like they're not putting themselves into it. It's copy with
Right.
heavier guitar or whatever.
See, that's a shitty thing that I've
Which one
noticed.
is that?
Bad Company!
I think you're right.
Is that the
I think
band
that's
I'm
fine.
talking about?
They just
I think
recently
that's-
did that fucking
I
They
think
had
that's
Bad
fine.
Company.
Shepherd.
Now they have a
Kenny
different
Wayne Shepherd song,
and now they have another
Blue
one.
on
I
Black.
hate that. Oh, for
Yes!
real? They ruined that fucking song
Yes!
too?
Kenny Wayne Shepherd is playing on it with them.
What
Oh,
the
that's
fuck,
sad.
dude?
And they got Brian May to do the guitar solo on it.
What the fuck?
It's like
Brian May?
Brian May did the guitar solo.
Okay.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd
Well, I guess they
sings
didn't
on
have
it.
to pay the singer
Brian May is
anymore.
one of my fucking. It's like
No, he's incredible.
it's my idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it's
always
insane.
put him as an influence, you know, and now
He's
what?
Man, the check cleared, I'm sure.
We catch it
About
the next
fucking
day.
money.
Well, that's what's tripping me out. That's even the big boys now are doing covers.
Oh yeah, like fucking. Remember when Godsmack tried to make a comeback and they did Rocky Mountain Way of all things.
What?
Like the Eagles song Rocky Mountain Way. It was fucking terrible, dude. It was real bad.
Well, they did Communication Breakdown.
God damn
Did
it. Fucking.
Was that Godsmack?
Was that Godsmack? I don't know if that was. I remember Killswitch Engage did fucking Holy Diver.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
The
my
big
God,
boys are
was not
getting that
feeling
game.
No.
Was not feeling
The first time I heard that, I almost flipped my coffee table over because I'm a huge Dio freak. Like, I'm a huge Dio.
Hell yeah.
The way you feel about Brian May being on that song is the way I feel about Killswitch Engage covering a Dio song.
Yeah. Damn it.
Just a fucking damn shame, but I bet the check's cleared.
Yeah.
I don't hate
They
anybody for
Disturbed,
that.
you know, did their
Yeah.
Oh, the sound of silence.
I'm shooting the fucking head on that
What
one.
was
This is
the-
one like my grandma's like, I really like this song. I'm sure you
That's
do.
why. That's
Remember
why
when
they
they
did
used
it.
to-
Yeah, exactly. All right, we are going to take a quick break because I need to get tobacco in my body. I'm starting to get the shakes.
We're gonna play a song here at the midway point. What song would you guys like us to play here?
You want to do the single?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
absolutely.
Start with this one.
Yeah. So this is the one that's out now, and it's trending on. Is it UK radio?
UK radio.
Australia.
Australia, yeah. So Killer Killer, yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah, Sonar Lights, Four Horsemen. is
Four
what
Horsemen.
it's
We're gonna
at.
play that, and then we'll be back in just a little bit.
Right on.
And when the Lamb opened the first seal, I saw the first horse. The horseman held a bow. And when the Lamb opened the second seal, I saw the second horse. horseman held a sword. The leading horse is white, the second horse is red, the third one is a black, the last one is a green. The leading horse is white, the second horse is red, the third one is a black, the last one is a green. And when the Lamb opened the third seal, I saw the third horse. The horseman had the balance. And when the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I saw the fourth horse. The horseman was the best. The leading horse is white, the second horse is red, the third one is a black, the last one is a green. The leading horse is white, the second horse is red, the third one is a black, the last one is a green. The leading horse is white, the second horse is red, the third one is a black, the last one is a green. The leading horse is white, the second horse is red, the third one is a black, the last one is a green.
We are Sonar Lights.
That's the one.
2, 3, 4. Hey, we are Sonar Lights.
and you're listening to
What the
Warlord
fuck, dude?
Radio Podcast.
That's the one right
That's
there.
the one. I like it with the what the fuck dude right in the middle.
Yeah.
Keeping that. We did that to the dudes from Apophis too. Like they fucking totally screwed their bumper, and that's the one we used on the episode.
To make money to fund our tours and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
He's fucking great at percussion.
So tell us about that. We're back. This
We are
is
back.
part 2 of Warlord Radio with Sonar Lights.
Hey.
But one of the things that we were talking about with you guys when we first started is you also do an acoustic trio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's the same band minus the drummer, or are you there too?
he's there.
Okay.
He's doing
So it's-
percussion though.
With cajon, bongas.
Nice.
Whatever
nice.
other shit we might throw at him.
Right.
Play this.
So are the acoustic shows mostly like cover shows? Do you do some mostly, are they mostly cover?
We throw some originals there that we modify it, you know.
Right.
And-
Is it Sonar Light songs? That you
yeah,
play?
it's Sonar Light songs, but we're not calling it Sonar Lights. It's not.
Right. You don't want to advertise it as
No,
that.
not really.
What do you call it? Like when you do that?
Well,
now,
since I've been doing this for a long time, as George Miatis,
Okay. Right on.
as a solo
solo
act,
artist, yeah.
I said, let's do something, and he came up, he's like, let's do George Miatis and the Trolls. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good.
Actually, does sound pretty good. I like that.
Then we got like, some girl was like, no, that's Jason! What's up, dude?
Drop in.
How are
music
you?
from Jason.
Doing alright?
You been-
I just thought I'd come in and say what's up to the Sonar Lights dudes.
Yeah, right on. Man.
So, and the
You
Warlord
get
Radio
back
dudes
from
miss
work?
you.
Yeah, I just get back and try.
Beautiful studio, man.
Thanks, man.
I envy you, man. In a good way.
Well, y'all have fun. I just want to say what's up.
Right on.
See you guys.
Good to see you, brother.
That was our audio wizard, Jason. We miss him greatly.
That was our third musketeer. He's off doing his own thing right now.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
busy as fuck doing
Yeah.
his live sound. But yeah, what were we talking about before Jay came in?
acoustic
Trolls?
trio.
Oh, the Trolls.
Yeah.
I like that though. It sounds like those weird European proto metal bands we were talking
Exactly.
about. Yeah.
And I was very excited about it, but then the girl, she was like, no, you don't want to do this. It sucks. What was her name? Jessica. Jessica. I'm like, Jessica, come on, don't fucking ruin it for us.
At the risk
then
of
they-
sounding very chauvinistic, is Jessica as hot as she sounds to make that fucking awesome name?
You may know Jessica Waffles.
I don't know Jessica Waffles.
Just Waffles Weekly.
Well, she's been around with bands and stuff like that, so
Okay.
she was kind of, yeah.
So she was a credible opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I told her, she was like, no.
I told you it was going to sound chauvinistic.
And then what? We were the Heavy Hearts, George Mianis and the Heavy Hearts, but that was taken. She told us that's already
Yeah.
someone in Dallas.
Yeah. And I'm like, God damn it.
So I
So
think
we
we-
found the Madmen.
George Mianis and the Madmen.
Which is appropriate, I think, because I know Darren, and Darren,
I'm enough mad for
you
all
are,
three of
yeah,
us.
you can get a little tightly wound, we'll say.
I think I'm always tightly
A
wound.
little bit, yeah. It's your default state's just like a little nuts. Eyes twitching a bit.
Don't take much, man.
So yeah, and so that's.
But you basically use this project to like fund the actual Sonar Lights
Pretty
project,
much.
and it also, I mean, you get to play
Yeah.
more, which is always nice. See, because and you know this because you've been around for a while. You, as a musician, you want to play live shows. That's what you love, right? Like that's why we all do this.
Shockingly, not everybody thinks that way, but
Yeah, and I think the majority of us, I think, are addicted to the live show, though.
Absolutely.
But you can oversaturate. So if you have your primary band and you guys are playing every fucking weekend, then there's no reason for anybody to come to any of the shows because they can just see you next weekend, and they will always be able to see you next weekend until they can't.
That's the curse of a local band.
Exactly.
You know.
And so it's nice that if you're going to branch out, like you give yourself options, like you have offshoots. Like they have Acoustic Devil, which is Silver Tongue Devil. I love Acoustic Devil because they play metal acoustic and they drop no intensity whatsoever.
That's
They're like
awesome.
just shredding. It looks painful, honestly, dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they burn through a lot of strings.
I bet those guys actually snap a fair amount of strings.
Damn.
But and I mean, I do whatever.
I'm still trying to talk you into more Biodiesel Beast shows.
I
You did the one,
Uh,
and I had a good time. Now, to be fair, we were at that party, and I drank a lot of their beer.
Yeah, we were at one of those CCSD Viking parties where they have like the knife throwing and
Axe
all the
throwing
fucking
and stuff
beer
like
and
that.
horns and shit, and we got trashed. It was fun.
But it was still cool. I liked it. I still want to one day do an acoustic devil biodiesel.
It was
show.
weird. We did because what we did is we took all our Diesel D songs and then just completely rearranged them into different genres. So we did Quest for the Diesel Beast like Primus. And like that was fucking bizarre, and we did a funk version of Mammoth Hunt.
Yeah.
And there was another one. We did a surf version of Space Queen. So it was like it was fucking really ridiculous. But yeah, you liked it. The audience liked it. Everybody in the band liked it. I fucking hated it. I don't know, like that whole show. I was just like, I am not enjoying this at all.
Well, I liked the heaviest parts of it the most.
Yeah, of course.
And
if you are nothing else, you are consistent.
Yeah. I just wanted to see more of that. But
We'll do something. But right now I do all the weird podcasts and shit. That's where I'm kind of keeping my shit going.
Right.
But so what is next for you guys? You're gonna plan on releasing like a single every couple of months, and then are you gonna take those singles on tour the same way you would an album, or?
Pretty much. We're gonna do singles every couple of months and promote the same way. And at the end, when we got like, I don't know, 6 singles out, we're gonna add another 4 songs and release the album.
That's a really good idea. I like that because it keeps you in the eye longer, and then if people, if they already have these singles, they're gonna know that they like that, and so when the actual album comes out and they get the full group together.
That's what everybody does.
Yeah, it's the same way I buy music.
Yeah.
I listen to a couple singles. If I like the band, I buy the album.
Yeah.
do you guys work with any labels, PR firms, booking companies, anything like that?
We want to reach out to some agencies. That's where the bread is right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, labels, I don't know.
That is not where the bread is.
They're probably gonna rip us, and I don't trust labels anymore.
Yeah.
We've been approached with like 2 deals, and both of them were just shady as fuck. Like we took them to our lawyer, and he was like, "Fuck no, do not sign this."
Yeah.
He's like, "They will own your music essentially."
Yeah,
It's like,
360, what they call it, 360 is
Yeah.
the deal that is fucking 360.
Yeah.
You want everything.
yeah, they take everything,
And
you end
now
up
they're
worse
reaching
off.
out for your fucking live shows.
Yeah.
To try to get credits on that. They're also, we were talking, one company basically told us that they wanted 40 fucking % of our merch. And I'm like, fuck you. You didn't pay for that merch. You didn't design that merch. You didn't pay some asshole to draw this on this thing for us and get these printed, dude. Like, I'm not giving you a fucking single cent of this fucking merch.
Yeah.
How the fuck are we supposed to eat, motherfucker?
Yeah, it's unreal, man.
I think that the days of the label are over. Like booking representation is good, but I think as long as you know what you're doing and you have treat it like a business, you can represent yourself.
That's even the same way with the recording process and everything. Technology's so advanced, you don't need to pay a fucking label to do it for you. You can do it in your damn garage and make it sound professional.
Yeah. I mean, your shit sounds great. Like, if you hadn't told me that was a garage, I probably would have thought it was like, a studio. Like
Well,
a sound
on
lab.
Babylonia, we went to Cisco Studios out there in wherever, bumfuck Egypt. Cisco.
Yeah.
What's the name of the fucking place? I don't even remember. It so long ago.
7 Pillar, but
Yeah.
now it's called something like Ranch Studio.
Anyway, this place is fucking huge. Cathedral room and everything. And
Yeah, we're talking about $10 million for
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
the minute we get there, we're just ripped, ready to go. The minute we plug in, there's fucking problems because they didn't check their walls. There was sound problems. Da-da-da. It's like...
I'd be like, am I getting billed for these hours that we're fucking dicking with your job? Yeah.
Downhill from there, and it just wasn't a good experience. We got a good drum sound out of it, but his drum sound that we got in a fucking garage sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
If not better.
It's like you said, the technology is so advanced. It's way easier to get a hold of. You know what I mean? And it's way more user friendly.
And when you're in your own space, you're relaxed and you're like, okay, it doesn't work this way. Let's try this. Let's try that.
Yeah.
And you have the time. You're not like, oh shit,
Yeah, these are billable hours. I'm paying for
I'm
this
paying
shit.
$120 an hour. Shit. You know?
Studio time. For those of you out there that don't know, studio time can kill a band. I mean, fuck, it's so expensive. And to have somebody that knows it really is like worth it to learn how to run the equipment, and even on a bare minimum, you can turn out a decent product if you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, that's why I came here. That's why I went to the school.
Yeah.
Because I kind of felt like, okay, there's a turning point here. You know, we need to get the sound in our hands instead of being like, you know, I remember myself like when I was starting over in Europe. You know, we go to a studio to make a demo, and I had to pay like money all the time, and you know, I was at the mercy of every sound guy who was like, "Oh, this sounds like shit. Yeah, I don't want you to do this." I'm like, "Dude, you're a sound guy. Let me fucking do it and stop." But they were like, all of them, they were producers. Producer one.
Exactly. There's so many sound engineers that like want to produce the track, and it's like, listen, man, like. If I was gonna have somebody come in here and produce the track, I'd pay a fucking producer to come in here and produce the fucking track.
With experience in it.
You guys do your own albums too, don't you?
Mm-hmm. We actually just put out a
That's like,
set up a Kickstarter, exceeded the goal, and we just got it. We had the boxes of them all. We're just kind of listening to them and making sure everything.
So you recorded it all yourselves, like in a garage or bedroom, or?
I've got a studio in Haltom City, Cosmic Rehearsal.
Nice.
Over there. And it's nothing like this, but we've got all the equipment for it, and
nice.
Yeah, so we're about to get it all packaged up and ready to go, man.
Right? Is it a full album?
Mm-hmm. It's about 30 minutes or so, but 11 songs.
Oh that's full out, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's it called?
Presence of Kintsukuroi.
Presence of Kintsukuroi?
Right.
Yeah, if you know Kintsugi, like the clay models that are broken and mended with gold.
Okay, yeah.
So I was actually also the model for it, painted all black and gold streaks. I've got it. I'll bring it out. But
yeah, I'd like to check it out.
Absolutely.
It looks like a solo album of him.
Yeah.
Right.
There's so much E&I there, man. Like all over it, man.
Greatness.
No, I mean, we did the same thing. We paid somebody else to mix it, and we paid a producer to come in who knew what the fuck he was doing to help us with, like, some phrasing solos and shit like that.
Victor Gann.
Yeah. Shout out to Victor Gann. Without him, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now.
Yeah, you always need a third ear,
Exactly.
to say something and
he's been a music industry professional for a very long time. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing, and like that Diesel Beast album, probably out of anything that I've ever done in the past, that Diesel Beast album is the thing I'm most proud of, because we did it all ourselves and it sounds really good. So I was like, my point is we don't, as musicians, really need reach, and we need to be promoted properly. But as far as like, I don't necessarily need you to fund my tour. I can come up with those funds myself, or I don't necessarily need, it's so fucked up, because when you sign with a label, they like to do the whole, like, we're going to give you X amount of dollars, and then you have to pay us back X amount of dollars.
that's how they get you.
Exactly, and that's the entire racket. Like, their entire business model is just predatory as hell.
Yeah, it's a scam, man. It's like a pyramid fucking scam.
Exactly, and like, when we're doing what like guys like us are doing, where it's like, no, we're gonna book this tour ourselves. We're gonna know exactly, like, we're gonna have points of contact. Like, we're not relying on anybody else. So whatever money you make goes back into the band. It's not always a lot, I will give you that, but I mean, it's yours. You know what I mean? You're not compromising anything.
It's not a lot with a label as well. It's the same fucking situation.
Yeah, except here I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah.
Do you guys? No, I was just gonna ask, like, when you're posting stuff out there, is that just you, like, using like DistroKid or CD Baby or something like that, and then you'll advertise and try to get as many like reviews and interviews and all that kind of stuff as you can? Yeah.
Full self promotions. Full do it your own.
And the real key to self-promotion, and you are good at this, and you are good at this. I am not great at this, but you got to keep on it. You know what I mean? It's a job. You know what I mean? It's hours.
I mean, if you're not good, maybe Jason is good. Or,
Yeah, no,
you know,
Jason's, yeah.
Someone in the band can do
That's
it.
part of the reason why Beth helps us out, because she stays on top of that shit.
Yeah, we have a lady named Robin who helps us out. She's really good. Like, she makes sure that we're all where we need to be when we need to be there. All the details are worked out.
I'm brain scattered all the
We're
time.
artists. We're fucking crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Reminder, dude, you have your, oh shit, yeah.
Dude,
all the time.
I totally forgot to write tonight down on the calendar myself. When you hit me up, I was up for some reason at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh shit.
That is why confirmations are a
Yes.
thing.
And then he sends me one, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
And that's exactly why I sent you that message.
That's right.
Because I know,
Guided
man.
sessions.
I judge not. I know. I completely understand.
Oh, absolutely.
I've had nights where they're like, well, what time are you going to be at the show? And I'm like, fuck, we have a show.
What show?
I didn't promote that at all.
On my
That's
way.
bad. Yeah,
At
right.
least you're not like me and you're trying to say we're going to be in Dallas tomorrow and stuff on these radio shows and shit. And it's like, that's next month. What do you mean it's next month? It's on my calendar for tonight.
Oh yeah, he's all over the place about that shit, yeah.
Gotta
Interviews or
stay
whatever.
organized.
I sent him the whole list. He's like, send me the list with the dates. I sent him the list. And then he starts like, so tomorrow? I'm like, what? What's going on tomorrow? I'm freaking out as well because I don't know.
They're just like, what month is it?
Oh, this is July, dude.
I wrote all this shit down for July and June. So we had just barely started with this, and I'm like, dude, we gotta. You know how I am.
Just like, right. The show's next week, man. You're like, bro, it's not. You need to fucking chill.
On a planner.
We're not playing in the show.
Oh, I got a planner. It didn't work. You gotta have brains that use the planner, and apparently my brains went out the window a long time ago.
How often do y'all practice?
At least every Sunday.
Every
Yeah.
Sunday, that's the
That's the day?
Unless
Yeah.
I have a gig.
Right, right.
And
Like, how long do you guys normally go for? Like, what's your routine?
3 to 4 hours, and you know, sometimes we do the acoustic and the electric, but now we separated it, you know, because you know now the acoustic is like
4 fucking hours.
yeah 4 hours.
No, that's if you want to make money doing like the even covers and stuff, because we did this in Bone Doggy too. That's like 4-hour shows, man. You play like 4 sets, and that's how you make your money.
Yeah, 3 to 4 sets.
Yeah, and what you do typically is like exactly like you said, you sprinkle some originals in there, play it.
You're the entertainment for the night.
Exactly.
At that
That's
club.
it.
And then they pay you like the
It's the
bar.
best way to get
or
100% of the take. You know what I mean? Like
It's
every
nice
now
to do
and then.
something different too, because there's not a lot of cats out there that are doing the acoustic with, you know.
with
Percussion.
percussion.
So when he brought his percussion over the first time, and we just didn't know any
That
fucking
was-
songs. He sat right in, and we were like,
Always
we got
must.
something here. That's why we decided to go this route.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you remember when we were Bone Doggy, like we played mostly acoustic. We would every now and then hook up electric, but we were mostly acoustic. And like the one thing we always had a percussionist do was like not an option to not.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It adds so much to an acoustic show to
I
have.
can't
a
wait to get him in the
percussionist.
studio because Doug quit right when we were getting a lot of interviews, radio interviews and shit.
Yeah.
So him and I were going and playing by ourselves. So
Uh,
I had to be the fucking backbeat, which was odd. I had nothing to go off of. It's like, fuck. Now we got him. I can't wait to do a live in studio with him. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
nice.
Coming up July 12th, 11th.
Sure, you want me to check my calendar? I think we already missed it, dude.
I have a feeling your calendar is just sitting at your house, like on your nightstand, in flames right now. It's just like it's in a horrible state of disrepair.
Don't forget, I probably won't be at that one.
Yeah. Oh
You're not
yeah.
even gonna be there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, fuck it, I'm not going.
Where's our bass player?
I don't know.
Fuck.
What about getting to shows? Like, do y'all have a caravan? Do you have a van or a bus or something
the
like
van.
that?
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah, that's a great story.
What happened to the van?
We bought a bus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want a bus.
We had a fucking what you call that? For the wheelchair.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
lift.
chairlift. That's badass too.
We're like fucking pumped about it, you know, wow. We're gonna put all our stuff in. So we loaded up. We worked on this fucking car, especially you and
Yeah.
Freddie, a friend of ours. He's a mechanic. We cleaned up this engine and
Rebuilt the front end, rebuilt the ass
Rebuilt
end.
everything.
Jesus Christ.
tires, Everything, dude.
So basically, you guys put together a
A
bus.
lot of money, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of money on that thing.
That's one of those things though, like as a band though, where like if you paying the money is worth it in the end.
Well,
Usually.
well,
This is not
you
damn.
didn't hear the whole story.
No, I didn't. Please enlighten me.
Dude, in the beginning of the tour, we didn't even leave Texas. The fucking bus was like,
No.
Well, the
Stalling.
killer is though. You should have listened to me. I'm gonna throw that out.
I told you so. Yeah.
Hot take.
We
Darren.
need to load this motherfucker down at full load and test it.
we didn't make it on time.
It was
We
done
were
and
building
ready.
that thing
We had
at the
plenty
day
of
of the
time.
fucking
We
tour.
could have did it before we did the back wheels, the back seals. Even fucking Freddie agreed with me. Because what it was it was okay. It did its thing. It didn't run down
Obviously, it wasn't.
until you loaded the fucking thing. Once we
Yeah.
got his drums on there,
Right.
my bass rig on there, and all the shit in the ass end, that thing was 30 miles per hour. Is about all you could do.
Damn.
And then we're going up the hill over there in McKinney,
Yeah, that was
and it
it.
blew the rear wheel seals.
Are you serious?
Gear oil coming out the fucking air seals.
Fuck.
And we were like, well,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
we're back
that's-
around.
that's
so
done.
our first fucking tour, as
That
Doug,
you-
me, and him,
Yeah.
we went to New Jersey in 2 separate vehicles.
Oh shit.
Because I mean, we had it booked. We were
Yeah,
gonna make
I
a
mean,
lot of
you
fucking
have to
money.
go.
We knew it, so
Yeah.
we're like, well, fuck. So immediately we turned around, unloaded our shit, and left out that
Do it in
night.
your cars and
Yeah.
down the road.
Just
That's
hit it.
brutal.
It was brutal.
That's-
It was worth it though. It was fun.
Crazy story, yeah.
So do you have anything now, or are y'all still just throwing it in cars?
Well, my other band, Bathlight,
Yeah.
we just got a band.
Yeah.
It's
Like
Ford E.
like
No,
an
it's like
Econoline or something, or
it's got the slide door, but like a utility
Yeah, it's a
van.
full size
Okay.
facility, man.
I
nice.
mean, and
That's
then
perfect.
Check it out, dude. It'll fit. I mean, if we end up getting some tour
Steal
doing,
it
you know,
from
Yeah.
might need a. I mean, but we could put all the equipment in and have a.
U-Haul trailer even.
Yeah.
Like if you hook a U-Haul trailer up to the van, you actually can
We didn't even need to do that when we went up north twice. The two
No
tours
shit.
we did, we rented a big full-size Chevy both times, took out 2 of the seats. It fit all of our shit, and we still had room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we were
How
like,
much, if you don't mind my asking, how much would it cost you to rent a van for like a small tour like that?
Okay. First time,
Another story, dude.
we got the unlimited miles,
Yeah.
and it was unlimited. So I paid like $450
That's not terrible.
for a week and a half.
Reliable transportation for
Yeah,
a week.
couple
That's
of
not.
weeks.
Yeah.
The second time,
Same place,
same
same
fucking
van.
place, same van. I go back and it's like, well, it's unlimited up to a limit. I'm like, what?
That's not the same,
It's like,
motherfucker.
it is unlimited until like
1,000
miles or something. Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit.
That sounds like a limit to me.
And I had to pay $980.
God damn. That's a
we
little
didn't make
bit
shit
more.
on the second tour.
Yeah.
We didn't make.
We ate
yeah.
shit on that one.
It's rough, man. It's tough to fucking go on tour. It is
Well,
rough.
oh,
to even
Reliable transportation is the lifeblood of a band.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
If you can't get to a show, you're not a band.
Oh man, we had the cool bus. That was our first tour on the West Coast, and we did it with another band. They had the cool bus. It was a school bus. They took the S, and it was running
Clever.
Vegetable oil.
vegetable oil and shit like that. That dude was a hipster from
Biodiesel.
LA, and that thing was breaking down every 5 miles.
No shit.
Yeah.
That would get
And-
fucking infuriating.
I'm like, dude, the fuck? I told you on the phone, I said, is it
reliable.
reliable?
Yeah.
And you said, yes. You lied to me.
It's reliable for about
And they
10
were so
miles.
different, like everything, mentality, sound. We were Sonar lights, and these guys were like fucking, I don't know, dance, hipster.
Oh, fucking really?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
not
that's
enjoy that fucking tour at all.
And I was like, and yeah, and these guys would not fucking take a shower, like they were fucking
Oh,
stinky.
no, man. If you're cutting close quarters, you have to at least wash your fucking balls. You
Yeah,
have to
at
say,
least.
Dirty hippies.
Serious.
I'm like, fuck. At the end of the tour, I said, hey man, you know, I did this to his shirt. The shirt was
Right.
fucking like a stone.
Oh, gross, bro. It's fucking crunchy and shit. Like his clothes that stand up in the corner if he's not even in them.
Yes.
Ugh.
Kill off, man. You gotta tell them about the time we got kicked out of the state.
Oh
You
yeah.
got kicked out of a state.
Connecticut.
Impressive. I mean, it's just.
And it wasn't even our fault.
It's a small state.
It's a lesser state, but.
And they-
Go ahead, please
but
tell that
remember,
story.
They were burning witches over there.
That's
right.
true.
Probably why.
So what's that story? How do you get
Fucking-
kicked out of
We were
Connecticut?
like fucking not even that far from Salem.
No.
As a matter of fact. 'cause
New
we were-
England is like you spit and you're spitting
We were in
down
Salem
state.
for lunch and played this place, and we had a place to stay and everything up above the bar and all that good stuff. We were set for 2 days.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Yeah, guys, I like you, blah blah blah," you know. So we have Freddie with us. Freddie is the mechanic I was
Right.
talking about. Freddie has a fucking what you call
It's an
that?
ass fetish.
A fetish.
Is what he's got.
He
He's
likes
got an
ass.
ass fetish.
Just asses.
Ass.
Young
Yeah,
ass.
takes fucking pictures of asses.
Oh, well, like consensually, or he just snaps pictures of people's asses.
Well,
Like,
if he sees a good one, he's like,
that's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
So anyways.
He's not hurting anybody, I guess.
we're playing the show at that evening, and we're on the stage. He's on the merch table, and all of a sudden, everything goes to shit. Like
sound
the
was
sound.
haywire.
I mean, yeah, the sound goes fucking bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I can't hear my vocals. I see the sound guy running up and down, and I'm like, fucking whatever.
Yeah,
You know?
something's going
We're
wrong.
done.
But yeah.
Sound guy comes up there and he's like, talk to the merch guy. I'm like, excuse me? Just talk to the merch guy. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
We run out of shirts or something?
So I look for Freddie, he's nowhere to find, and I go outside, he's out there in the car. I'm like, what the fuck happened? He's like, okay. So listen, what happened is I was taking those girls who were in front of the stage. I'm like, yeah. So I was taking pictures of their ass. I'm like, okay. And the sound guy fucking saw it. But the fucking show was an all-age show. Those girls were fucking 15-year-olds.
No.
We got blamed for it though, because he's our
Right, he's
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And of course, the sound guy starts telling every single one what happened.
Yeah.
And the other bands are like, fuck you, motherfucker. They were fucking...
Dude, we didn't know he was gonna snap fucking underage ass.
they chased us out.
Yeah,
No
we
shit.
lost
We had
we lost
cars.
our lodging for the night,
Damn.
and
And had
a
to-
band followed. Me and Doug were riding together, and him and Freddie were together. A band followed us out of fucking the state line.
No
Followed us
shit.
out, fucking yelling, screaming out the fucking window. Oh, it was great.
That's fucking crazy.
And the guy, the owner was calling me
Yeah.
is Freddie, does he have a gun or something? I'm like, dude, no, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're from Texas, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I do. I got a big one, motherfucker.
I got a hog leg in the back.
That actually brings me back around. So, what happened to your old bass player, George?
Yeah, you got to tell a story too, man. Yeah.
Okay, but before we hear, actually, no, I want to close with hang on, no,
That's the
okay.
closer.
That's the closer?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
the closer. So, Ian, tell us your story about your first show.
Yeah.
Oh, first show, man. Pantera, dude.
Nice.
But I was in the womb, so.
You were in the womb. Did
Yeah.
you try and come out of the womb?
Yeah, just to take a
Fuck, for real? I was just being an asshole.
I'm trying to say, dude, I'm almost like 16 when she had me.
Oh,
They were
damn.
at a place, I mean, kind of like Tomcats, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. A 16-year-old pregnant chick at a Pantera concert, exactly the kind
That's
of girl
like
I would have gone
all
for
the
in high
shows,
school. Yeah, that would have been my bread and butter in high school. I'm like, yeah, I met this pregnant chick at a Pantera show. You know what that means? Fuck, dude. So you just like peeked out a bit. You were like, Cowboys from hell.
The rest is history, man. That's why it says DE&I later
There you go.
on my
I like it, man.
social security card, yeah.
Nice.
Ian's just short.
When your full Christian name is the Annihilator. I love it, man. All right, so I teased with this early, and we've talked about him a little bit, But there was like real fucking drama with Sonar Light's original bass player,
Nice.
and it's a pretty decent story. So, what happened to your bass
Please
player, George?
enlighten us.
So it was right after we came back from the second China tour. And,
Okay.
Was
this before or after you got kicked out of Connecticut?
That
Way
was
before.
Yeah,
Okay.
way before.
Yeah, because this is the guy
That's the
before
new
Darren,
lineup.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the new lineup.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, we had a partnership, you know, all together, and we had an account and a bank account and some money, you know, whatever we were making, we were putting
Put it in
there.
there,
And,
right?
and actually, at that point, the bank was pretty loaded because we had just finished the fundraiser for our second album.
Nice.
And you know, I start seeing like some activity, and he's like, "Hey man," he texted me. He's like, "Hey man, I took $150, but I'm gonna put it back." He did that a lot.
Right.
Yeah, like once or
Yeah.
twice is cool, but like,
I'm like, dude, okay, you know, come on, man.
Yeah, that's not really what
this
this
shit.
is
You know,
for.
it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And then I start seeing like every month $20 coming out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I didn't make a connection. I just went straight to the bank. I said, there's $20 coming out every month.
Yeah,
I
what
want
is
to
it?
find out what it is. And she makes some calls and she writes his name on her freaking paper. I'm like, oh.
that's not good.
Yeah, and she goes, well, this is like a VIP subscription to what you call it, the
Escort
call girl
service.
escort service. I'm like, what the fuck? You don't even tell me.
Right?
You don't even share.
You got girls coming up. That is shady as hell to like steal from your band and not even tell your band, hey, I got these hookers.
Yeah, just say it, man. Just, you know what, man?
That's a dick move right there.
And I guess he did that, and then he forgot to take himself out of the subscription, whatever. That's
right.
why he got caught.
Right.
And the thing is that when I confronted him, he denied. He's like, "No, I didn't." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Come on, dude."
It's like, I have fucking records here.
Yeah, the fucking card was there, you know. And the thing is that, you know, we're all on this together. Like, if I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
If there's like underage sex or whatever, and I mean, they're gonna fucking come knocking on my fucking door
Yeah.
because I'm
Part of the organization.
Yeah.
It's like whatever illegal shit you're doing over here affects me over here because my name is on the fucking account. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? That whole thing was under that fucking what was mandolin or something? That shit that came out like two years ago or 3 years ago. Like all the information.
The Amanda or Madison something. It was basically a service. Ashley Madison.
That's it.
It was basically a service that married dude used to cheat on their wives.
There.
And then they got hacked, and all of that shit went public, and like fucking so many marriages ended.
That's what he was there.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And I also got like our email, the band's email, full of spam, like fucking hoes and hoes and hoes. I'm
It's like, bro, you couldn't have even started a dummy email like fucking asslover69 at gmail.com. That was too hard.
And he still hunts us. Like about a month ago, I received this. It's a spam, but still,
Yeah.
it's like, I know your password, and I installed a virus on your computer, and while you were having fun with some porn, I recorded you. So I'm gonna send this video to everybody. That guy's probably watching Black Mirror. If you don't give me like
either that or he's watching a lot of people jack off.
You don't take the risk. And the password is fucking Artel because it's his it's AV Artel Vincent and his fucking date of birth.
Right.
And I checked it. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's his fucking password. But I don't know if the rest is true.
Right.
But
Probably just a
he
scam, but
used
yeah.
our email to do his shit as well. And I'm
That's
like,
so-
God damn it, dude, fucking quit.
That is, in my opinion, totally grounds for termination from a band. It's like, dude, you almost got us wrapped up in the biggest fucking escort scandal in America since like the flop houses in the Great Depression, you motherfucker. God, what a son of a bitch. Sorry, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
And you can't even fucking get a girl for me? I mean, she's already at work.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, he did what he did. He believed in the band and all that shit. His work was fucking honest. But at the end, you know, when all that shit happened, he fucking switched to a fucking asshole, and he wanted to take the name and
I remember
the
all that
gear
drama,
and
yeah.
all that. I'm like, dude, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
like they built all this shit up, and then like at the end, like when George was like, "This, you can't do this here anymore." Like, yeah, I remember that was okay. So you told me about the call girls when we were like hanging out one night, and then the Facebook post was like, "This motherfucker's trying to take the name and all the equipment and all of this bullshit and all of this bullshit." But what it did is it got him fucking blacklisted basically around town. Cause like he was trying to book shows under the Sonar Lights, and we were all like, you're not the real Sonar. We know that fucking George is running that shit. Like, you're the bass player, bro. Sorry. Like, I'm a bass player. I feel for you, but I'm not Diesel Beast. Like,
he reached out. That was the point we were switching drummers.
Yeah.
He reached out to Doug, and he told him, George is not his mind is elsewhere, so we're gonna be practicing just the two of us from now.
Are you fucking serious?
He did that. Like the first fucking after I confronted him.
That's sketchy as fuck.
I said you know you can't do that and all that shit. First thing he did, he called Doug, and then Doug texted me. He's like, "Is everything okay? What's going on with?" I'm like, "What? What did he call you?" It's like, "Yeah, he told me this." I'm like, "Fuck, listen, dude,
You show up at my house. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find us a new bass player.
He sent all his equipment back to him like UPS.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what
Like,
an asshole.
give me your fucking address. I don't want to even see you again.
Yeah.
Like, give me whatever. He had a bass and some shit, some
Like FedEx that shit. I don't even want to deal with it.
I don't
Fuck
want to
you.
fucking see you.
Wow, man. Well, that was a really good story. Thank you for sharing.
Well, and then you stepped up and you got him. So
Yeah, exactly. And I think, in my opinion, Darren is a much better fit for because George has a really eclectic taste
right.
when it comes to music and things like that. And Darren, like we've covered, is a spaz, so he can just kind of run with it. I'm hoping you're solid because these two are fucking
to be
crazy.
honest,
He's got it.
to be honest, even if the Ashley Madison, scandal was not there,
It was probably it was on his way out anyway.
I was in the right place at the right time. Let's just say that because we were going to do a cover band. So I was playing covers in this other band with him when all that shit went down.
So did you reach out to him or did you?
Well, actually, he reached out.
Yeah.
I made a post. I hadn't played for 2.5 years because I was ill. Anyway, I just wanted to get back into it again because I was missing playing.
Yeah.
And he found me on Facebook. I was like, well, we're doing this cover thing. He sent me Hysteria and a bunch of these.
No, I didn't send you Hysteria. You played Hysteria and was like, what the fuck?
Oh, no, you sent it to me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, look at the trifecta set list.
That was later,
you sent me
but then for the
Soundgarden.
audition,
Oh, did I come in playing that?
you were warming up and you were like,
See, it was a long time. Well, anyway, there you go. Anyway, he sends down these fucking hard songs, and I'm like, yeah, I got this, no problem.
Yeah.
So we were doing covers at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, you were doing solid ass covers.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you wanna try the Sonar Lights? And I'm like, sure, fine, I don't care.
Yeah.
because I remember you got back into town. You were like, "Do you know of anybody that has a band that's looking for?" And I think we were playing with you at Dan's or something like that. And I was like, "They're looking for a bass player," because I know that all that shit had gone down. And then that's weird that you hit him up. Because man, it worked out. Because I mean, he's been there ever since.
Oh, I'm dysfunctional at times too. He puts up with a lot of shit, but
I'm sure.
we do good music.
Hey man, bands are family. Dysfunctional, fucking
That's
weird
it.
ass families. Very strange. Well, guys, I would like to thank you guys for coming out, man. I really
Thank
appreciate
you,
you
man.
taking the time and just shooting the shit with us for a while.
Yeah, it was great having you all. We're gonna play another song here at the end. What song would you guys like us to play?
Take the money and run.
Take the money and run. Is this a newer single, or is this off an album?
This is off of Babylonia,
Okay,
Which is your last
Second
song.
album.
Yeah.
the second album. It's kind of Motorhead inspired.
right on. So you got a nice variety of the songs tonight.
Yeah.
You got the Four Horsemen, and then Take the Money and Run. Right on.
Right on.
Well, excellent. What are? Do you have any shows coming up in the near future around here, or are you getting ready to go out on the road, or what's up?
August 2nd, Division Brewery.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. What's the name of that show? Because there's like a name for that thing. It's like the
Growl.
Growl.
Growl's
Yeah.
actually the comic book vinyl store.
Gotcha. Okay.
Division Brewing is,
The
brewery,
adjoining
the
building.
host.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And,
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then we got the October 19th, the Heavy Mash.
Heavy Mash. That's the fest.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
badass.
yeah.
Yeah. Where can everybody find you guys on social media?
Instagram and
Book
Facebook.
of Face.
Right.
Book of Face.
Look our face.
Our website primarily is
Yeah, primarily.
That's sonarlights.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, subscribe there and you get all the feed.
And it's just Sonar Lights across the board on all the like Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah,
which is
Instagram
cool.
Sonar Lights, Facebook Sonar Lights.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then so go to their website and buy their shit.
Please.
Bye.
Right. What are some of, besides Division, right? What are some of your favorite venues that you play, or at least what are the venues that you play often in the
All
area?
closing.
Lola.
Right.
Yeah, right. Lola.
I'm glad to hear the rail club's coming back.
Yeah.
Tomcats
well,
always has the best sound, though.
That's true. We talk about that on this show all the time. Tomcats has the best fucking sound for hard rock and metal in the almost the entire Metroplex. I swear to God, those dudes just know that fucking room, and
Yeah.
they got the two big ass mains on each side of the stage that are just fucking pointed in. It's
Oh,
fucking
they have
great.
side fills
They're
there?
big ass side fills, man. They're huge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
It's
that fucking
amazing.
place.
Where
You
else,
guys
though, like,
phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way.
Lola's
Lola's, we
Division.
like Lola's. What was the other place? Andy's Bar is pretty
Andy's
cool.
here in Denton. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys, we've played with you at Dan's like 2 or 3 times. I think,
Yeah.
at this point.
Do you guys
Every
play
time we played
like
there.
down in Deep Ellum very often?
Man,
Well,
we haven't
did.
played
I mean, we
in
haven't
lately.
played there
Wits
in a long
End,
time.
well.
We played at Wits End a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get
Shout
into
out to
what's
Matt.
the name of the place up from Wits End that has the open patio? They roll the door up and you can see the stage.
Three Links.
Yeah,
We've been trying to get
Three
in
Links.
there since
Yeah.
we've been back. I don't think we've heard anything on that yet.
Mm-mm.
We played at the door and the Curtain Club and shit like that before.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're all gone.
Yeah, they're gone now. We played. I think we played
Fuck.
one of the last Curtain Club shows.
Yeah, I think I'm not positive, but I think it's this weekend is like the actual
The
last
Yeah.
show. They've been winding it down over the last few months, but yeah,
Yeah.
that place is going by, and then they closed the door down, or Profit Bar or whatever the hell it was
Profit Bar.
called last. They closed
We
that
played
down.
many shows over there.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be to the point where like if you can get into trees, because that's the bitch about trees is like, can you get into fucking trees?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got in there the first year of our existence.
Right. Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And all the times it was like the same fucking day, but Wednesday evening.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's
Like
fucking
early.
Wednesday evening, wasn't
I'm
it?
like,
Yeah.
give us a
like
fucking
8
chance,
o'clock.
dude.
Yeah.
Give us a fucking chance.
Yeah.
We tried, we promoted, and we actually made some money as well.
Mhm.
But it's hard when you get the guy giving you the same fucking day every time.
Yeah.
Give me a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah, I can pack this
Open
place
up
out, man.
for somebody bigger than me, so I can have some exposure as well.
Yeah, I get some exposure. I can get you about like on a Friday night opening for a band that people already want to see. In addition to like coming and seeing us, I can get 35, 40 people in that fucking
Yeah.
place on a good night.
But that's how the scene works sometimes. I mean, that's not a scene. That's like a clique.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, they
See more people packed
like
in
I got
the
some
basement.
friends that I got my buddies. They're gonna open up for the big act.
Yeah,
They don't gonna let you.
yeah.
Nobody.
Do you guys play with a lot of the same bands? Do you have like friends that you often trade shows with? Right.
Backlight.
We're bad.
Well, that's how, with Bathlight, we're like, hey, we got Sonar Lights too.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of how Diesel Beast and Silver Tongue Devil work. Is like, they put on us on way more shows than we put them on, but we try.
Buy one, get another one. Yeah. It's how you
We need to play again, dude.
I would love to play with you guys again. That would be outstanding. Actually, they're about to start doing like hard rock and metal nights at the Lion and Crown the new Abbey Underground, basically.
Oh, really?
And I know their booker, and it's actually been really easy getting a hold of him, honestly. Like, I've been able to book a couple of shows for friends. I know, right?
Set some up with those guys so I can come watch you guys play.
Fuck yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I'll send you guys an email as soon as I get something covered
Yeah,
up.
let me know too, because then you don't have to bring your shit, man. I'll just bring my rig and hook it up. And play
Yeah, I
that
do
shit
love your
go.
your Stingray is fucking sick. I love that bass. It sounds great.
See the new one?
Yeah, I haven't seen your new one. I saw the older one. It's a fucking nice bass though. Yeah, it really is.
What bass rig do you play through?
I use an orange OBD1 or
OBO.
I love his amp.
whatever. It's one of the new ones.
CBD.
It's an OBD 500.
It's basically the big boy version of
big
mine.
beast.
Yeah.
It's a monster, dude. I run an 810 usually because I'm not a pussy. I'm not afraid to look at me. I'm a little guy, but I still love the sound of an 8.
Yeah.
It's got to be an 810. I hate fucking small rigs.
I hate
Yeah.
that, but
What about you? What do you play through, man?
I got a Wagner,
Yeah.
cab and the head.
You play a
Yeah,
little
Ubershaw.
or no?
It's
Gibson's.
PRS.
Okay, PRS. Okay.
What
I love Les Pauls.
Oh yeah, they're great. They really
Up
are.
to the point I went to buy a Les Paul and I was just going through guitars and was playing a Les Paul. It was like $4,500, and it didn't feel like $4,500, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Not to mention your
Yeah,
shoulder.
Yeah, heavy.
Fucking guitar.
I
for
see
it.
a custom 24 PRS. I'm like, might as well
Check it
check
out.
this out. You know, and it was $3,600. Like, you know, $1,000 less.
Exactly.
So I play and I'm like, what the fuck? That's amazing. Oh my god! I put it layaway and I got it. And since then I'm a PRS. Like
That's
I'm
where
like,
you're at
fuck
now.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck
No
yeah,
more. I mean, I'm not. Unless I get a 58 Les Paul or 59.
Yeah, we've all got those guitars that
Yeah.
like if I could get a fuck my hands on a 74 Rickenbacker, like fuck whatever I'm playing, it's going out the window.
Exactly.
But ever since I picked up, when I started playing, because I played Fender forever. When I was running around with you, I played Fender forever.
Yeah.
And then one day, somebody gave me a Thunderbird, like a Gibson Thunderbird.
Yeah.
And now that's my favorite bass. Like I'm about to go buy a new one here pretty soon. I fucking love those Thunderbirds.
Yeah, and you know, we got sponsored by PRS like
Nice.
after our first album, and he's pretty open. He's not like, oh, you gotta use my guitars only and stuff like this. It's really cool about, you know.
Just like promote my shit when you're using it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Dude, what do you tune to when you play?
We're half step down usually,
Okay.
Nice.
Right on.
and
That's like
we do the
Two
D drop.
solutions the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
We can play an E flat.
Oh,
It's because that's what gives you that Sabbathy sound. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about tuning shit up for you.
Alright.
No, man, I'm good.
And the other thing is like when they try to, you know, learn your songs,
Yeah,
you got them.
I got 'em, yeah.
How the fuck do they play this?
that does happen sometimes.
Yeah, poor
dude.
fucking George, dude. Every time we do new covers or something, because we don't bother tuning back up, let's just stay in half step because
Right.
these are in his voice.
Yeah.
He's got to go through the process of using a program to drop the shit. Because I'm too lazy to transpose
You're
that
just a
shit. Because you should see it. Like we picked a Sheryl Crow song, right?
Yeah.
It was dropped like 6 fucking steps. Transpose that motherfucker. Yeah, she said. I couldn't even learn it because it was so low.
That's funny as hell. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Y'all are out of control, dude. Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to call it night. But yeah, we would like to thank you guys once again for coming out. Everybody, look up Sonar Lights, look up all their social media, hit up all their websites. Check out their. We're playing it here tonight, but check out that cover Four Horsemen and show them some love because that shit is really good. I like it better than the original. I think.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
No, it's great to see you guys doing well. So keep it up.
Yeah, we got to get you out to a show.
And I
These guys
gotta
are
come
a
out,
Fucking
so-
killer show.
Well, if
I'm
you make it to
excited.
the MASH,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I plan to be there for the
there you
heavy
go.
match.
I'll
So
definitely be there for
Or
it.
And I'll also be
August
there.
2nd, man, it's Friday.
I'll also be there for his show at Division for the Fuzz Fest.
Yes.
Are you playing Fuzz Fest?
I'm playing Fuzz Fest.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a crazy lineup too.
Oberon.
Man. It's nuts. Oberon's
Yeah,
there.
that's it.
Space Ape is there.
Space Ape, shout out to
Yeah.
Space Ape.
There's a
Temptress, right?
Temptress is
Oh, shit.
there.
Yeah.
Chromone's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking yeah. It's like if you
Nice.
play like Fuzz or Stoner or Doom around this area, like
Yeah.
your ass is almost at that fest. I'm surprised you guys aren't on it.
Well-
you don't really play like Doom, but it's like kind of in that vein a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think you'd work really well on that bill.
Well, next time, maybe.
There you go.
Fuck, I'll kill another band.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Warlords. Remember, fuck Fark Kearns.
There you go.
You better run, you better hide, 'cause they're backing down. They'll steal a song, they'll kill your smile, and gonna keep you down. While you're waiting, anticipating to get ahead in this life, you will die, and I wanna die, the only way to survive. Say a